Okay, what's your... You finished the document?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think you actually responded.
What's the,
I don't think you
the
responded to
specific
Diesel's allegation.
What is the specific allegation anyway?
What do you think the allegation is?
Bro, I honestly don't know because the whole video.
Okay,
was
give me a sec. My
mess.
OBS crashed.
Are you okay? All right, that's fine.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Sorry, my CPU is not good.
Maybe I'm just like misunderstanding the video or something. Like maybe I'm just like fucking clueless. I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. Well, you get to correct me.
Okay, let me try and get this. I'm making a new chat asset to width 1920. What?
What?
Foodshops, calm down. Jesus Christ.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are we back? We're back. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right. What do you think the allegation is? Because I have an idea. I'm pretty confident about what I think the allegation is. What do you think Diesel is saying in his video? What do you think what do you think he's saying? What do you think he's trying to get across?
I actually have no idea. The thing is that like if you don't even have like the allegation clearly, like if it really comes down to,
I'm asking,
okay,
well, what do you think? Because you spent the past day.
I don't know.
You watched the video. You watched the video. You read his document. Now you've read Cameron's document.
Oh, I haven't read his
Give me a guess. Gun to your head. Gun to your head. You have to.
I haven't read Diesel's document.
You haven't read Diesel's doc. I thought you had.
No.
You haven't?
Nope. Nope.
Okay, sure. So you have no clue as to what the allegation is.
Nope. I just assumed the allegation was like, oh, he's just a piece of shit and that's it, right? Like he just put a bunch of random ass shit in the video and that's it, no?
Like, the allegation, from what I understand, because you said people who support the allegation are like stupid or whatever, right? Like right when I said let's call. That's kind of what set me off. The allegation seems to be that Cameron is a manipulative liar and like a weird clout climber. Right?
A weird, really? That was the allegation?
It seemed, well, the big one is obviously that he's like lying, right?
Okay.
And then what I got from that subsequently, I don't think Diesel ever directly alleges that he's like a weird clout climber or a sexual assaulter, but like the subsequent allegations that I got out of that were, oh, I came across, like he comes across like a weird kind of clout climby whatever, and then also he probably, I don't know if I would describe it as sexual assault necessarily, but it seemed like he had a forced intimate encounter with a girl. At the very least,
intimate,
right?
I don't know about that one. That seems,
because I don't know I don't know how I would label forced kissing, because sexual assault seems too
okay, wait, what's your evidence for forced kissing? Forced kissing is also really severe. Yeah.
Sure, I don't know if it's a severe. I don't know if I would label it as sexual assault. I'd have to think. Erudite says I should label it as sexual assault, but I don't know.
It is 100% sexual assault. 100% it is. But like that's why I'm saying there has to be evidence for it.
In the call that he's being recorded without his knowledge, she makes the allegation, and then he doesn't directly deny it, implying that it's true.
That's literally not enough. Literally.
How's that not enough?
Because okay. For me, I mean, I don't know what your standards are, but for me, it's not enough. For example, if
what would you need?
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, if she alleges, if she pressed on the record button, ready to get a confession out of him, and then she alleges something against him, and then he gives a flustered response, that is a very, very expected. I feel like
if you're in a call with someone, and they say, "Oh, you were hitting me." Or I was hitting you and I wanted you off of me and you were trying to do this thing that I didn't want and that didn't happen. I don't think your response would be, Oh, like I don't know if that happened. I think he would directly deny that. I don't think that. I think a flustered response would look a lot more direct and aggressive, right?
No, no, I think that fluster responses can go in all sorts of shapes and sizes. I think that sometimes like really awkward responses or not like outright denial or something like that could also happen. But also, I just want to say this part as well, all right? If it's true, if it's even if it's true or not okay, not even if it's true. Has there been any evidence of like him like her talking to anybody at the time about like, oh yeah, shit, he did this to me? Is there any
Yeah.
corroborating? Okay,
Like
who?
even worse, yeah.
Who? Because I'm not aware
I
of
mean
anybody.
directly to Diesel. I can grab you the
Wait, she told Diesel at the time right after it happened. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know, not right after. I don't think that's ever the claim.
Okay.
So if we
Well,
read this
well,
screenshot, I'm looking at specifically the last
mhm.
sentence. You can read it all, but I don't think the rest of it really matters because it's I don't know if it's relevant, especially where he tried to eat me out and I didn't want to, so I started hitting him and stuff, so he would put me down. And then in the clip, in the audio clip that we only have a bit of, the allegation there is you picked me up and I started
Mhm.
hitting you so you would put me down. So seemingly, what I'm getting out of this, right, is the allegation of that clip is what is being referenced here. So at best, because at the beginning of the call, this is likely what they're referencing, and then at the end, it's probably something akin to like a forced kiss or something like that.
Mhm.
But like at like bare minimum, I think there was like a forced intimate encounter, maybe sexual assault if you want to call like forced kissing sexual assault. But this seems to be what is being referenced inside of the leaked call, right? Seems to be.
Hold on, hold on. Let me just like quickly read this. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not quite. I didn't make any public accusations that detail what he did. Oh, hold on, hold on. Let me see from the beginning. Of course, yeah, I just don't give a shit. I get a clear conscience, and I got my evidence. So, Anne, from your perspective, what happened? You guys hook up. A recording is taken. Everything is chill till you feel Cameron fucked you over. You accuse him and then retract when you guys work everything out behind closed doors. Is that correct? Wait, Diesel literally is questioning her reliability here. Hold on. Let me just continue. Plus, I can't afford to maintain a lawyer. Nani, I don't know who this is. You can unintentionally corroborate a fact that the police know, even if you are innocent. More reason. Okay. Jelly. Not quite. I didn't make any public accusations that detailed what he did. I found out him and a girl named Eve were doing stuff at the same time when he claimed to be exclusive with me. So we were talking about how much of a bitch he is and sharing stories of the weird stuff he did / lied about. And when I told those same silly stories to Keith, he pointed out that they were kind of illegal, especially where he tried to eat me out and I didn't want to, so I had to start hitting him and stuff so he would put me down. And then, okay, I'm sorry. In what okay. All right, have you had sex before?
Sure.
Okay. Have you okay, because I don't know if this is the case. Can you imagine yourself like picking up a girl to eat her out?
Sure. I don't think that's important here.
How? How does it make sense? Just
How does it make sense?
yeah, how does it make sense that she says, especially when he tried to eat me out and I didn't want to, so I had to start hitting him, and so he would put me down. How does that happen?
I don't know if I want to get into the logistics of how he was like specifically sexually assaulting the
Okay,
potential 16-year-old.
okay, sure.
I will say I see this as a plausible situation. I can look in my mind's eye and I can see, yeah, I don't think she's being in like literal with picking up. I don't think he was giving her a fucking piggyback ride.
Okay. Here's
I think like
what
he was
I
probably like holding up her legs or some shit, right?
okay. Yeah, I think he's like holding up her legs and shit, and that's what's happening. Okay, so in that specific scenario, do you consider Jelly to have reliable testimony? Do you think that she's reliable in terms of consistency?
I don't think she's reliable and I don't think he's reliable. I think the truth lies somewhere in the middle.
So if they're both unreliable,
I don't think
if
we
they're
can
both
directly believe
unreliable,
her. I think Cam is downplaying what he did, and then I think the girl is like upplaying what
playing,
he did.
yeah.
So
So
I
if
think definitely the truth is somewhere in the middle. I don't know if they directly had sex,
so
but I do think something sexual happened, and I do think Cameron forced
okay,
that sexual
okay,
encounter.
that's fine, that's fine. So if you think that both are unreliable narrators, okay, if you think that this is the case, do you think that maybe like there are actually not really any allegations that are kind of shown to be true in terms of other than lying? I think lying is fine. Like showing that he's lying is fine. But like other than the fact that, like has he actually like sexually assaulted somebody is completely uncertain. You have to be proven guilty.
I think
Like
if you're in a call with
right?
someone and they accuse you of
Mhm.
sexual assault and you didn't do that sexual assault, your reaction would be a lot stronger. Because we see in the Diesel document, I don't know if I can actually link you the link of the audio I'm going to be referencing here, if that'll make it
Mhm.
easier.
I really don't think that's
Let me,
reliable. I have watched the same thing that you have watched. We can replay it on stream, but if it's the same exact thing that I am thinking of at the moment right now, oh gosh, I just don't think it's reliable. I don't know. Like just
my
my
OBS
opinion.
crashed again. Okay. If it crashes one
Really?
more time, I'm just going to
Lucky you,
stop
dude.
streaming and have this discussion on your stream because I don't
Yeah,
know
sure, that's
why the
fine.
fuck it's doing this.
Mhm.
It was so good. It was so good until I got on call with you.
Oh,
All right.
well, I have that energy, I guess.
All right. If stream crashes again, I'll just raid into Foodshops and continue the conversation there. All
Oh.
right. So
Mhm.
there's this. I don't know if you can listen to the whole thing. It's only a minute long. You can listen to a bit of it. But it seems like when he's in a call and things get
Mhm.
emotional and he's accused of something, even if the details are off a little bit and it's something that he didn't do, he's really emotional and he's really like really able to, I guess, say like, no, that's not how this happened. That's not how it happened. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's false. But then when he's in a call with the girl and she accuses him of some like sexual misconduct, he's not willing to get emotional and to say that didn't happen, right? So again, I feel like
Okay,
the
we'll listen
call
to
with
it
the
first.
girl
Is
is
that
pretty
okay?
damning for me,
Okay,
right?
we'll listen to it first. Is that okay? All right.
Yeah,
Let's
tell me
do
when
it.
you're done.
What do you mean tell you the truth?
That you flashed her?
It's not what... It's not what the fuck happened. It's not what the fuck happened.
Okay, what happened then?
Showed her my underwear. It was funny. She was asking about it. It wasn't like that, and I'm fucking tired of it. It wasn't like that. It wasn't fucking like it. I was trying to clear that up, and it wasn't the pressure. I was just trying to fucking clear that up. And I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked about it. The only reason I asked about it is because of the conversation we had earlier. I just wanted to clear it up. I'm sorry. I didn't want you thinking weird shit about me because it's not fucking true. It's not who the fuck I am. Specifically fucking avoided that shit because of that fucking reason. I didn't fucking like her like that. And I'm tired of fucking people saying that shit because it's not fucking true. Sorry. I just don't. I'm so tired of it. I'm sorry. I won't bring it up again, okay?
Okay, this call literally proved nothing. I don't know what to tell you, dude.
Okay, I don't know what you're expecting. I'm not going to give you something that's going to 100. I'm like prove that this guy sexually assaulted someone, but I think that obviously proves that if he's given something that he didn't do, he's going to be emotional about it and say, "No, I didn't do that thing." That's what that proves, right?
What? Okay, when somebody
Respond
is
to what I
having
said. Respond to what I said. Respond to
what's
what I
the
said.
specific question? What's the question?
Why is he responding emotionally to that and saying, absolutely not, I didn't do that, that's not the way it happened? But then in the other call, he's seemingly just flustered, in your words, right? And he's not outright saying, no, that's not how that happened. That's not what happened.
When you're in mental breakdown mode, that's just what happens, right? Like a lot of times you can be inconsistent. Your testimony is completely stupid and you're lying, you're not lying at times, and you're lying at times, you're confessing at times, you're not confessing at times. Like when you're in full mental breakdown mode, that's just what happens.
So
And
why wasn't he in a mental breakdown mode being accused of sexual assault by a girl?
In which clip?
Obviously the one where he's being accused of sexual assault by the girl.
Oh, how do you know he's not in mental breakdown mode? You think every single mental breakdown
Because
mode
you're
is gonna
saying
be him
if he's
crying
in
and
mental
whining?
breakdown mode, he's more likely to lie or be bombastic or whatever, right?
No, I'm saying when your mind is fucked over a period of time, it doesn't really matter whether or not, like, what his tone of voice is. You're completely ascribing this to his tone of voice, where you're going like, oh my god, because
I'm not.
he
No, I'm
isn't
not
flustered,
talking
or
about the
he's
tone
flustered,
of
not
voice.
flustered.
What?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not
go ahead.
talking about the tone of voice.
But that's what you're referring to. You're literally going like, oh,
No,
is
I'm
he
not.
flustered or is he not flustered? What? You're talking about his mental breakdown. That's what we're talking about.
And one of them, no, I'm not talking about the tone of voice. It seems like you're trying to downplay what I'm trying to get across. I'm not talking. I'm not talking about the tone of voice. I'm talking about everything, every aspect of the call. In one call where he's being accused of something and he seemingly didn't do it, his response to that is to freak out, say, no, absolutely not. I didn't do that. That's crazy. I didn't do that. That's not how that went down. And then he went on to explain what seemingly actually happened, right? But then in the other call where he's accused of something, instead of outright saying like, no, I didn't do that. That's not how it happened, whatever. Like similarly, he doesn't even have to freak out. He could literally just say like, no, that's not how that happened. I remember it this way, right? He doesn't do that. Instead, he's very submissive about it. He's like, oh, well, I guess that's how it happened. I guess that's what happened. I don't know. I don't remember it that way, but I guess, right?
I understand that. I understand that, but do you also understand? Okay, do you think that he's unreliable? Like even his tones are unreliable. Do you think he's unreliable?
I think both parties are unreliable. I don't think we can believe any of them. I think both of them are proven liars. And Cam, even in his document, lies. And he lies by fuck, what's the term? He lies by not mentioning something. Like one of Diesel's big allegations in the video was Cam lying about the age and the ages of the person. He lied about this to you in private. And he lied about this to Nicholas Diorio in private. And he lied about this a year ago to Diesel on stream. So this is something that he's lied about going on a year now, and he's continuing to lie to it, even to big names like Nick or to smaller creators like you, right? And he did not touch this. He did not address it at all.
Sure. Okay, I don't care. The thing is that when the accused
no, you
is
do.
constantly...
You should care. He's lying, right?
No,
you agree?
let me explain why I don't care.
Do you agree that he's lying?
Yes, he's lying. Now let me tell you why I don't care.
Okay, so he's not a reliable narrator.
Hold on. Are you gonna let me talk? Hold on.
No. He's not a reliable narrator, correct?
He's not a reliable narrator. I'm trying to get you to agree to that. You do care.
You do care.
I do care in the sense that I'm trying to explain to you why that doesn't matter.
It does matter that he's a reliable narrator.
Oh my god. Can I just please explain? Let me monologue, please. Okay. All right. Listen, Ral, I love you. Okay, buddy? Okay. The thing is that usually a lot of the accused are going to be unreliable narrators. A lot of them are going to lie because it's normal to lie, whether or not you are actually manipulating other people. Like even just assuming it's the worst of the worst scenario and he is like this manipulative, evil, crazy person. Instead, what we should be searching for...
I'm just going to write into you.
Instead, what we should be searching for is... Okay, just keep listening. Instead, what we should be searching for is overwhelming external evidence in terms of him being guilty. Fine, we don't believe him.
No, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. We don't have that. We're not going to have that. No, I'm not going to keep listening to this. 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 We don't have overwhelming evidence. We're not going to get overwhelming evidence. We're never going to have overwhelming evidence. We have to talk about what we have right now. If your entire argument is, oh, well, I don't know because we don't have overwhelming evidence, we're not going to be able to find any fucking common ground here. We talk about what we have right now, and he's responded to this allegation, and he said he's not going to make another response, and more than likely, no more evidence is going to come out. So we look at this situation with what we have right now. If your entire take is, oh, well, we just don't have a lot, like that's just fucking retarded. Talk about what we have right here, right now. It seems like we have two unreliable narrators, and both parties at one point agreed that something sexual happened that was unwanted, right?
And you know what we have?
It seems like we have that at one point.
We don't have enough for any kind of conclusive conclusion except for the fact that he's lying. That's it. That's the only thing you can really conclude. And the fact that they have sex with each other.
We have way more than that. You're downplaying.
That's
we have
not,
way more
okay,
than that.
give me what? Give me the external evidence. Go. Give me the external. Go. Give it to me.
We have a call where he fucking admits to it, retard.
Yeah, the same call in which I said that there were unreliable narrators. That's the entire point, isn't it?
Kate, have you lied?
Oh my god. Me?
Have you lied? Have you lied? Yes. Have you lied?
Not often. I'm a pretty pure person. I wouldn't lie that much.
You have lied though.
About what specifically? Lolly?
Have you lied in
I don't
general?
lie about that. No. The fuck? I'm not that good of a liar, okay? I usually tell the truth no matter what, personally. But yeah. I'm built
Okay.
different, okay? What else can I say? Okay, maybe you lie a lot and maybe that's why you're saying it, but I just don't listen, I don't lie a lot, okay? That's it. What else can I say? I'm built different, okay?
Is an
whatever.
admission not overwhelming evidence?
What did he admit to? And
I'm asking
not
you
only that,
if an admission is overwhelming evidence. I'm asking you about
no, no, it is not.
No.
If he is an unreliable narrator,
that. I'm
if
not
he is
asking about Cam.
unreliable,
Shut the fuck up. We're talking in bubbles. We're talking in bubbles. You're getting too fucking eager.
what are you, Brittany
okay?
Simon?
Sit
You're
down.
talking in bubbles?
Sit down, motherfucker. Sit down. Do you think someone admitting to something is overwhelming evidence?
No. Are we
Okay,
done?
so if you were to admit something, people shouldn't believe it.
Okay, if a totally insane person said, I totally raped that person, do you believe them?
If you admit to something, is it normal for people to
Answer
believe
my
that
question,
you did that thing?
motherfucker! If a totally
I
insane
asked you,
person...
no, shut the fuck up. I asked you a
Okay.
question, and then you ignored it and proceeded to ask your own question. So no, I'm not going to ask whatever fucking question you have.
I'm
asking
answered
you
every single
questions
one.
right now.
I answered every single one of your questions.
You did
It's
not.
your
You
turn to
avoided my
answer
question and
mine.
you asked something on your
okay.
own.
Well, okay, fine. If I ask away, but you got to answer mine afterwards. Okay, go.
Is it normal to believe someone when they admit to
Mhm.
something, when they say they did something?
Depends on who. Depends on who. Do you understand, dumbass? Okay, he's stupid. Okay, what's up? All right, what's... Is there anything else, buddy? Hello?
I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. You are one of
Yeah.
the most dense motherfuckers
No,
I've
you're
ever
stupid. You're actually stupid. Okay, can you answer my question now? Okay, so...
Okay, you admitted
If-
to being a pedophile. Is it wrong
Oh
that people
my
believe that you're a
God.
pedophile because it's something you
Okay,
admitted to?
Hold on, you asked another question. You're gonna answer my question first, okay? Are you... Okay,
No, answer mine.
is-
Answer mine.
No,
answer
no, no,
mine,
no, 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 no.
answer
I'm not
mine,
answering
answer
another
mine.
question until you answer mine.
Answer
No,
mine.
I'm not
Answer
answering another
mine.
question until you answer mine. I'm not answering another question until you answer mine. Otherwise, we're done here. What, are we gonna exchange questions or are we not gonna exchange questions? Is it gonna be fair or is it gonna be an unfair
What's your
situation?
fucking question, retard?
If an insane person said that they have raped somebody, do you believe them?
If they're in, like, what is insane here? What is insane here?
Let's just say having a mental breakdown over the course of several weeks.
I don't know if I'd believe it 100%, but I'd say it's a possibility.
Good. So basically, it's not proven guilty beyond the shadow of a doubt, yes?
We're not proving people guilty beyond a shadow of a doubt. We're not the legal system. We're drama slop YouTubers. We're talking about what we believe or what we don't believe. And we don't believe things without a shadow of a doubt, generally speaking, right? So I can believe that Cameron
Mhm.
sexually assaulted someone without having overwhelmingly, without a shadow of a doubt, evidence. Because of the overwhelming evidence of him lying about this encounter, by him obfuscating about this encounter, and by him manipulating consistently about this encounter, right? That gives me a very bad feeling. And in my mind, the only solution is, yeah, something sexual probably happened, right?
Okay, maybe you hold yourself to that standard. I don't like that standard then. I think that standard is bullshit.
Is it bad that people think you're a pedophile because you admitted to it?
Yeah, of course I think that's bad. What the fuck? That shit's stupid.
Why is that bad?
Because an admission isn't necessarily like beyond the shadow of a doubt, especially if a person is not in the right place of mind.
But people had more to go on with you, right?
If
it
you
wasn't just the
feel,
admission.
okay, if somebody is feeling self-destructive,
I'm trying to compare what happened with you and what's happening with Cameron to get you to understand something, right? It wasn't just an admission with you. I'm not going to open up your entire lore because I feel like that'd be a little rude, and I think you know what I'm talking about.
But
there's
you pretty much
more.
went there. I mean, fuck it. You pretty much went there. You tried to catch me emotionally off guard by asking these questions. Go ahead. Go ahead. It'll be cowardice if you would just like not do it anymore. Go ahead.
I can if you really
Ask
want
the
me to,
questions.
but there's like two.
I mean,
you
you
made
went
a bunch
there.
of
You went
videos.
there.
You made a
went
bunch
there,
of
right?
videos in relation to pedophilia, and then you
Mhm.
also admitted to jerking off to lolicon, right? So there is more than just the admission for
It
people to
would be
go off
lolly.
of.
But okay. Continue.
Yeah, and you probably being nitpicky about the terminology of lolly and lolicon probably isn't, there's more that people had to go on with you than just an
Mhm.
admission. There's more that people have to go on with Cameron than just an admission. An admission solely does not lead people to the conclusion that someone has done something, right? That's not how that
Okay.
works.
So
And there's
you're
usually,
basically
if there's surrounding evidence and then
okay.
someone admits to doing something, then
Mhm.
usually it's like, yeah, they probably did that thing. There's probably some truth there. It's probably not
I
exactly
don't.
how they
Okay,
described
hold
it.
on, hold on, hold on. I don't necessarily disagree. Would you say that an admission plus evidence of them lying could lead to a guilty charge?
An admission and then evidence of them lying about what?
Yeah, like okay, like sexual assault, right? Like in Cameron's specific scenario.
If he lying broadly or lying specifically about the sexual assault?
Inconsistent about the sexual assault. Yes.
I think it's suspicious, but I don't know legally. I don't know anything about legality. I'm
No,
just
we're
saying
not
what I
talking about
believe.
legally.
I don't.
No, we're not talking about legally. Just
You said
just from your
no.
perspective.
You did. You said guilty verdict.
Oh my! When
Right?
I said charge, sorry. Okay, fuck. Let me change my terminology then. I guess. Like guilty verdict.
If he's
like from you.
okay, to be very blunt, Cameron admitted to the thing, then said, "Oh, it's not true. It's because I was being blackmailed." Then refused to provide evidence of that blackmail, and then there's overwhelming evidence to like a call where he's admitted to something happening, and then DMs across last year where accounts are raised that he did this thing. Like, yeah, I'm not saying that he tried to forcefully eat her fucking pussy. Okay, I don't know if that's specifically what happened. I'm not saying he tried to even forcefully kiss her. I don't know if that's what happened. We're never going to know the exact details of what's happening. I'm saying I'm like a pie chart, right? If there's one color of the pie that's that he did do something like sexual misconduct, and one color that he did not, I'm saying the bigger piece of the pie is probably he did do some sort of sexual misconduct. Based on him lying, him being inconsistent, him obfuscating, him manipulating, all of it, right? I don't think it's enough for a guilty verdict. I don't think it's enough to fucking castrate this guy. I think he should still be allowed to make YouTube videos. I think everybody should be allowed to make YouTube videos. I'm just saying this isn't like
That's
a
very
nothing
brave.
burger. Like it seems like, I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but it seems like you're trying to play this whole Cameron situation off as like a nothing burger. I don't think it's that, right? I think this should be talked about, and I think he should be criticized for potentially like sexually misconducting a girl, right? Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, I understand what you're saying, but can I say things from my perspective of what's going on?
Sure.
Okay. So what I think is he doesn't trust all of these people because he has been not groomed, but essentially from the age of 15, all right, he's been under Yandere Simulator, whatever, all right? He's clearly a very terminally online person, okay? The thing is we're talking about an allegation from a girl who is already inconsistent on whether or not she actually wants to put forward acts of sexual misconduct in the first place, with no corroborating witnesses at the time other than maybe FES Diesel, and we don't even know from the time that FES Diesel was there at the time.
Hold on.
Okay. All right, yeah, go ahead.
He had a roommate who had similar allegations of sexual misconduct against him. Similar as in like literally word, basically from what I've heard, like word for word what he supposedly did to the jelly girl, he supposedly did to this female roommate.
Okay, I haven't heard of this yet, but go ahead.
I believe it was in the Diesel video.
Which one?
Was it not?
Which one? There's two.
The recent one. I haven't seen his 3-hour Yandere Dev video. I don't care to watch that. I don't care about Yandere Dev.
I don't remember seeing a part like that. If it did happen, I would probably remember it, but I don't remember. Yeah. I'm more than happy to see it though. Okay, do you admit Queenman's stupid? Like he's a retard, right?
About what?
About this shit, this Cameron shit.
What is Queenman's take on it?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. But he's just like anti-Cameron.
Why do you dislike Queenman?
I don't know. I'm just automatically biased against him to an unreasonable degree.
I don't
Hold on,
think
gotta
you.
get some water.
Yeah, go get your water.
Oh, that's some good ass water. Mm. Mm. Mm.
I don't know what Queeman's take is on. I watched a bit of his coverage, but then I stopped. I don't know specifically what his take was.
Oh no, I just hate Queeman. Okay, but the
Why
point
do you hate Queeman?
is that, huh?
Why do you hate
No,
Queeman?
he's just so snivelly and Jewish.
Be serious. You obviously. Why do you dislike him? I'm curious.
I already told you. What did I say?
You're trying to. I think you said that expecting me to just roll with it, and then I asked you, and you don't actually want to get serious about it.
No, I said what I said. He's snivelly and Jewish.
Why do you actually dislike him?
I already told you. I don't know what else to tell you. You think there's some secret reason there?
You do the Schrodinger's retard bit a lot. I've seen. I watched a bit of your content today, and you were doing it a lot, covering other shit as well. Did you do that before your hiatus as well, or is this a thing you've started doing when you come back?
No, I go back and forth with him, honestly.
I meant specifically Schrodinger's retard stuff.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Do you not know what Schrodinger's retard means? Schrodinger's douchebag, whatever. You don't know?
Dude, I don't know every single commentary term. What the fuck?
It's not a commentary term. So it's you give a serious position, and then when you're like confronted on it, you try to play it off as a joke, instead of giving like a serious defense, right?
Oh
So
yeah,
if
I do it all the
say-
time. Yeah, I do it all the time.
If I were to say like, "Oh, I love Hassan," and then your response to that is, "Oh, why do you love Hassan?" and I'm like, "Because he's so base. He loves terrorists." Like I'm obviously doing like an edgy joke, but I'm defending like a real position with a joke, right?
Yep. Yeah, I do Schrodinger's
something like
retard all
that.
the time. Yep.
Why do you do that all the time?
I don't know, because it's fun. It allows me to escape responsibility.
Hmm.
What? You hate me for being honest? Because you accuse me of not being honest the entire time, but I've been nothing but honest to you. But okay.
When did I
think you're
accuse you of not
retarded.
being honest?
You accuse me of downplaying this shit as if you think that I know better or some shit. So fuck you.
I think you are downplaying it. I don't think that makes
Oh
you
my
dishonest, does it?
God. According to, so I make a conclusion based off of my own
I
fucking
think
standards.
more than likely there was sexual misconduct, and you don't think that. So obviously, naturally, I'm going to come to the conclusion that you're downplaying it, right?
Oh my God. Kill yourself. Okay, I'm kidding. No, don't kill yourself. I love you, okay? The thing, okay. All right.
Does that not
What
make
do we
sense to
disagree-
you? Do you not
What do
understand
we
what I'm
actually
saying?
disagree on? The fact that he had sexual misconduct, is that what we disagree on? Great, then that's where we disagree on. Anything else after that? What a
I
boring
think the main
conversation.
contention
What?
was you were like, people taking this allegation seriously are stupid, when it's obviously like there is some credence to it, right?
That really depends, because if you're just trying to accuse him of lying, I think that's totally valid, right? Because that's enough evidence for him to be a liar or whatever. But clearly, it's a lot more than that, right? Like considering how
Okay,
all this rape
let's do
stuff
this.
is being
Let's do
brought
this.
up. Yeah.
60% there was sexual misconduct. Like at worst, it was sexual assault, and sexual assault meaning like at the very least a forced kiss.
I
Would
probably
that? Would
think
you?
that there's,
Would you
okay,
concede to
okay,
that?
okay,
Would you
okay.
concede to that?
Okay, I'll say it's 30, 30, 70. Yeah, 30, 70.
70% he did.
No, 30% he did, moron.
I think 40, 60, 60% he did.
Okay, then I disagree. Then we just differed by like 10
I think.
percentage
Okay,
points.
how old are you? Have you never had like an awkward sexual experience in your like early 20s?
Yeah, of course I had.
I
got sore throat from
think-
deep throating a cock. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think that's true, and I'm not going to believe that. I think most people in their early 20s are going to face like awkward sexual experiences that are going to be like regretted, right? I think this could easily be one of those where he did something and he didn't realize the severity of it until after the fact, right? I think that's super plausible.
Yeah, he was a young guy. He probably was a little bit of an awkward, stupid kid, right? That's probably what happened.
So you agree, like at least 60%, at least 60%. Like
No,
more likely than not, there was some
30%,
form of sexual
30%.
misconduct.
No. I think he was
30% is too
awkward-
little. 30% is
No,
too little.
Oh my god. Dude, at this point, we're like just hand-wringing over like small percentage points. Who cares at that point, right? But we both agree that there's at least 1%, right?
He took a victim of grooming, that he only would have met through his boss who was grooming her. He went to them as a neutral third party, said he was going to film a documentary, went to them, and then tried to have sex with them and tried to have a relationship with them.
Okay, what if she was hot at the time?
Do you want to be Cameron's friend? Is that what this is? Are you like happy that a YouTuber who got a big video is like talking to you?
I'm pretty sure he's told me that he probably won't associate with me in public anymore. But yeah. So
Why?
I'm gaining almost nothing from this, FYI. Well, because of my past. The fuck? Yeah. He said so.
Okay,
So,
what do you think about what I just said? What do you think about it? Give a serious response.
What was the question?
Because it's really annoying when I see your coverage and I offer to talk to you about it, and then I'm trying to talk to you about it, and it seems like I got you in a bit of a corner, and then your response, instead of actually seriously responding and potentially conceding, not even like a heavy concession, just a light one, it's really annoying when instead of getting that, I get like a retarded joke, and then it derails the entire conversation.
Sure, I told you about what I thought already. At this point, you're like circling the drain, if that makes sense.
I gave you, okay, he went to a victim of grooming that he would have only met through his employer. So this isn't like a high school context thing. This isn't a friend at work type thing, like a coworker at McDonald's. This isn't anything like that. He met this person because she was groomed. He went to her saying that he was going to film a documentary, and then he tried to have sex with her and start a relationship. Do you not see that as like potentially harmful?
I see that as potentially harmful, but it's not necessarily beyond the shadow of a doubt harmful, if that makes sense. That's my serious answer.
Okay, so it's potentially harmful.
Yeah,
and then there is a lot of
there,
inconsistencies about a sexual assault claim. So you have a situation that's potentially harmful. A girl who was groomed.
It's a sexual. Hold on. It's a sexual assault claim that she retracted at some point multiple times.
Yeah, he also retracted. I don't care that she retracted it.
Why? She's the one making. She's the victim. She's the one that's.
I don't take her as a reliable narrator. I don't care.
Wait, that's so convenient.
You have to look at multiple. You have to look at the broad situation. She said it happened. She wrote a relatively detailed, like a one-sentence thing about one of the supposed encounters. Right? He even said they had full-on penetrative sex. We don't know if they had full-on penetrative sex. We don't know. Right? We don't know.
Nope.
But then we have a call where he's supposedly admitting to some form of sexual misconduct. There is a lot of inconsistencies. He's lied about her age to try to seemingly downplay what had happened, you know?
Sure. Yeah, sounds like he was nervous and panicking,
I find it hard to believe you genuinely think that it's like 30% there was some form of sexual misconduct.
Mate, again, what it sounds like is that he's like panicking and shit, right? And he's giving very unreliable testimony because he's like a panicky kid, no?
So why was he so aggressive in the other one?
Because he was panicking. You can alternate between like different forms of panicking, right? You can be aggressive, you can be sad, you can be depressed, and then you can be flustered at the same time, right? You're going insane. Right? If you're panicking. You realize what I'm saying here, right? Is that she is the one that has retracted her allegation.
I feel like you're being bad faith. I can't.
Oh my god.
I don't think that you're being honest. I don't think you're being honest.
All right,
you
can believe that. You'd just be wrong. You can believe whatever you want, buddy. I love you.
Have you ever conceded in a debate, ever?
Yeah, of course. I conceded in a debate with Andrew Wilson when I debated him.
Is that it?
That was a major debate that I conceded to.
Is that
let
the
me
only
think.
debate you've conceded to?
I don't know. I don't really lose debates all that often.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm obviously not going to get anywhere with you. I think it's a bad take, but I'm obviously not going to be able to convince you.
Yeah,
I think we'll
like I
end it here.
said, like I said, we're differing over like 10 to 20 percentage points. We're literally like it's the
The difference
smallest fucking
between okay,
percentages.
you are no, obviously that's not what's happening. You are
Okay.
in my perspective, you are severely downplaying it. I think you
What?
are essentially
It's
sweeping
10 to
for
20
like
percentage
potential
points. It's
10 to 20.
nothing.
No, I think more than not. More than
Oh my
not, he
God.
sexually misconduct with a girl. You don't believe that. You think it's like a third. Probably not. Like I'm like more likely than not he did this thing, and then your response to that is probably not, right?
Yeah.
So these are
yeah.
very very differing, very significantly. I feel like differing answers.
Yeah, I mean, like, was he awkward at times? Yeah, probably. That's what I'm saying, right?
I think he was awkward. I think it's fine to have like sexual misconduct. I think most men. I think Foodshops is probably normal to sexually assault someone. I think most people are going to sexually assault someone, especially in their early 20s when they're trying, or late teens, early 20s, whatever, when they're trying to figure something out, right? I think it's probably normal. I think a lot of people do that.
Okay. Do you think it's easy to pick up a girl from her behind to try to I don't know, ton rape her? Like in that position to get to that point?
I don't know if she was picking. I don't know. I don't know the
Okay,
logistics
well
of
that's
how
the
he was
allegation.
picking her
Well,
up. I don't
that's
know
the
if it was from
allegation.
behind.
That's the
I don't know
allegation.
if it
So
was
you
from
better be
behind.
ready.
I don't know if
Hold
it was
on,
from
that's the
behind.
allegation, right? Hold on. So again,
You're
right?
inventing more context that we don't have. I don't know if it was from behind. I can definitely see a
That was
scenario where you're
literally
picking
what was
someone up in order
described.
to eat them out. It was not
Okay.
described that they were
How do
picking them
you
up from behind.
how
No, that's
exactly
not what
do you
happened.
forcefully do that? How exactly do you forcefully do that? Exactly.
I would
How
imagine he picked up her
describe it to me.
legs.
How did
He
she
picked up
get
her
into
legs
that
or held her waist or
position?
something.
What the fuck?
Probably sitting together on a bed, laying together in a bed, something like that.
Okay. All right. I got you.
Like I said, I don't think we're gonna get anywhere. I disagree. I think you're sweeping. I think it's a bad take.
Yeah,
but I'm
I
obviously
already
not gonna be able
said
to
we weren't
convince
gonna
you.
get anywhere. Okay. Yeah.
I am putting an end to the conversation. It seems like you're trying to rehash it. I'm saying we're not gonna get anywhere. I disagree. I think you're sweeping. I'm gonna end the conversation because I feel like we're gonna start looping if we keep going. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to end the conversation a while ago. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So I don't know why you're trying to rehash it. I'm gonna leave the call now so we end the conversation. Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye. Love you. Oh fuck. He missed the love you. He didn't even say I love you back. Oh my god. That was interesting. What a useless convo. Ask Brown if his distaste for eating puss has anything to do with his take. No, no. Dude. What? Okay, even if you think, okay, let's just say even if you had Mrow's, even if you had Mrow's point of view, okay? You missed all my arguments. It's so fucked up. Yeah, because I don't want to take arguments from chat. Okay, I'm getting everything from myself. Isn't it like a little bit disingenuous if I took everything from chat? Yeah. Wait. So hold on. I have to think about what just happened. Yeah, no, Mrao and Queenman are retarded. Okay, I thought about it. Yeah, they're retarded. I'm trying to process because I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, am I wrong here? Am I incorrect here? And then I realized they're being retarded, okay? Yeah. Dude, here's the deal, okay? Here's the deal. You shouldn't be going as hard as Queenman if the information is this sparse anyway, all right? Like even if you had Mrow's information, even if you had Mrow's opinions, right? You shouldn't be going as hard as Queenman. period. All right, based off of extremely loose narratives, based off of, you know, conflicting accounts, based off of the victim retracting and making the allegation again over and over again, based off of, have you even watched Creeman's coverage? No, I just hate him, so I'm biased against him. Okay, fine, we'll watch Creeman's coverage. Fuck it. Okay. But we're not going to watch all of it, okay? We're not going to watch all of it, all right?